to roll hide, actually. Well, roll tide too, I guess. But that's not what we're doing today. We're doing either of those things, actually. Yeah, no. Submit your TwitchCon ideas. Yeah, because I'll totally be there, I swear. No. No. Should be showing this, not that. This, not that. Yes. Good. Very good. And we post in places. People know. And I did do the thing, right? I did do the thing. Which means, hello everyone, I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbinian. This is the Electric Metropolis video game tour, and today we're doing another episode of Fabula Ultima, the castle that would pierce the horizon. And now to start with our opening poem. Oh, hush, my heart, where desert screams, for it's not the wind, but whisper of dreams. A dream not dreamt, but broken wide, where Radabara's ghost forgot it, beneath moonless mirrored sky, where stars once fell and now do lie. Sands are teeth, dunes a maw, rules are gone, there is no sea. Hunters with tendrilled reach, so they're soft, they do not screech. Send sleep, their kiss, sigh. Drink your dreams before you. They wear no face, they take a name, a trace, pulse of soul and flame. With every breath they crawl inside, to plant a scream that cannot end. Harvesters, O gods preserve, great spider things with chittered nerve. They do not eat, they do not rest, but carve dream from out your, with gleaming limbs and gears like prayer. They spin sand from empty air. Their eyes like domes of sapphire flame. They tally souls. They do not. Sand itself will bleed you thin, each glass grain honed with ancient sin. It cuts through boot, through bone, through time, and rings like bells and shattered. No corpse decays, no stone can rot. Desert drinks and leaves a spot. A sigil burned in black and gold. A name once sung, now bought, and storms. Ha! Storms are wrath unmade. Not wind, but will that will not fade. A spiral howl, a spire of hate. Desert's curse to when it blows. It sings song of everything that once belonged. It blinds soul and strips skin. Storm remembers where you've, and ruins deep, oh deeper still, where diggers dance on death's goodwill, where walls still hum with slipping light, and keys of thought can spark. There lies the vault, the well, the grave, where a scarring hand seek power to save. But nothing saved has ever sung. The dream must fare ere it be. So mark this tale, O wanderer true. The desert hunts, and dreams hunt you. Tread not too far, sleep not too long, for Radabar still hears its, and it does not forgive, and it does not forget. And it dreams in chains beneath your...
My
God, I think you forgot a few words. I'm kidding, but...
That wasn't creepy at all.
We go to the glass sands in the far eastern part of the known countless realms, as far as we're all concerned. And there, a ritual has been done to purge the star sickness, but is wreathed too in orichalcum sand.
Oh, dearest game master, it's potentially possible that I could maybe gather up that orichalcum without getting infected. It's free money.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would like some of that too.
You each. Actually, one of you. Sorry, because it's Fabula Ultima. One of you is the main roller, and it is Dex as part of it. To ensure you gather it up in your bags without accidentally having it touch your skin. The other may assist.
Dex and insight. 14.
Nice.
14 will easily do it, as both Zevin and Aether gather up one artifact or a calcum sand.
Question. Just because I remember I had heard you refer to it as something else last time as well. Is this also the sand that we saw in the old times?
Yes. It is
Okay.
what you've seen
Okay.
in your dreams.
Okay, I figured as much. I just wanted to confirm.
I'd like to confer with more about, can this be used to perhaps speed up the process of the project that I need to work on my artifact weapon?
Possibly, but really,
I mean, that's what I
Seven
had
would
in
know
mind when
know more about that than I would.
Okay.
She's
7?
a tinker. Well,
That's true.
yeah,
You are a
master tinker.
Magitech specialist. 7. The project that I put together to modify the staff into a scepter or a mace of some sort, probably a scepter, to make it wieldable one-handed, among other things. Would using some of this orichalcum be something we could do to like speed up that process somehow, or make it more effective?
Well, it's made for alchemy, but I mean, I guess you could use it to kind of alchemize it into a lighter material. But we have to be really careful with how much you use.
Okay.
You pull that central core out of there, and the whole thing becomes too light. It's kind of maintain a nice stiff central core. And we also need to live long enough to not different shit.
So we'll have to be very careful with how we handle it. All right. Thank you. I just wanted. I know that you're an expert with all these various Magitech projects you've been working on. If there's any way that I can entreat you to help me work on my project for a while, the next few times in a row that we take breaks to work on things, whatever I can do to entreat you to do that, I'm more than happy to do. Just let me know what I can do for you. I'd be more than happy to give you massages or teach you some of the magic I know, or any other semi-downtime activity that I can do. But I think your work on my project would be way more efficient than what I could do.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm an expert, actually. More like, sure. Sure.
More
Yeah,
like
I can help you out.
Genius savant, perhaps? That seems appropriate.
Oh, yeah. Keep it coming.
Okay.
She's having a taste of Lucius right now.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
Okay.
Yep.
I actually didn't really think of it that way, but nevertheless, she's offering.
Lucius just rolls his eyes, not understanding the irony.
Right. But yeah, Aether's really just like, we can trade downtime activities. I'll do something that will be good for you if you'll do something that will help me. But it's going to take many times in a row before I'm done, unfortunately. Like that's what Aether's thinking. But yeah. It's a big favor, but it'll also make the whole party stronger and tougher eventually. So, but yeah. Anyway, so we're good now, right? We don't have this stuff in us. We're finally free. I look worried.
They are clean, right? No.
Find a mirror. Look in my
Horrible
eyes.
dying disease.
It seems the starlight has swept away from thine eyes and thy eye sockets. For now.
No funny eyeshadow. I think you're good. I think you cured it.
That's good.
I'm starting to feel like a test bunny.
So, anything about that? Say, funny, desert sand or
It's interesting. From what we've been able to determine, the sands of the old empire of Rodabara and the others, this entire desert, and because I assume, are we back to moving? Is the train back to moving?
No one's touched the controls.
Okay.
we haven't chosen a destination.
Okay, cool. Well, he still motions across at the desert outside. All of this used to be made of that, and he points to the small, I don't know, glass jar that the sand is in.
I'm like, I'm not sure if that's what the vision was really showing us, Lucius. I don't think
It was.
I don't know. Maybe.
The GM specifically
Yeah.
said that it's the same stuff, right?
It would seem to be, yeah.
Right. But the vision that we saw was not what the world was once like, I don't believe. That vision we saw was like, of all those civilizations as if they were gigantic cities. Is that what you're referring to? The visions that we shared there? I don't think that's what the world was actually like. It's more like what consciousness remains of those civilizations is somehow a part of this desert, and we were sucked into it somehow.
Okay, so two outcomes. One is like it's some sort of mindscape, and it's like the grains of like the consciousness and stuff, right? Like it's an artistic interpretation, like a mosaic or something. Option two is she holds up this little bottle. This is suddenly worth a lot less. Imagine if there's a whole desert. Stuff would be like cheaper than copper. Oh.
Well, we probably don't want to just sit here in the car while we discuss this. Why don't we move forward, and for now we can set the Oasis as our next destination, and then we'll have a safe place to talk. Because I don't think we can be affected there. What do you think?
Is that a go back to town?
We could go back to town instead.
We'll put it to a vote.
Did we have anything else we needed to do while we were out here in the desert?
I would like the chance to do some trading, actually.
Yeah, we need to go to town. Yeah, let's go to town then.
Well, back to town it is then.
Yep, this time I can actually sleep.
Likewise.
After we finish gathering everything up and getting on board the train and get moving again, Aether will find more and give her a hug again and thank her for saving us.
We saved each other.
All right, GM, back to town it is.
Back to town, you say?
Days of travel.
20, but a D12. 4, okay.
That's good.
First day of travel. It's largely uneventful. You enjoy your rests every so often. Your trundling speed across the ley line rail. What monsters may assail you can't really keep up with the speed of the train, which that's why trains are so popular when it comes to any sort of travel in the sand. But I must alert you to something.
Oh,
Thankfully, there's no check to deal with it quite yet. But yeah, go with you. A wedge of a 5-part clock has filled.
Oh, I was afraid of that.
I apologize. Two
there's
have
I
what
was
filled.
sounds like?
Oh god.
Okay.
Yep. There's a clock ticking.
For what though?
I don't know.
We got so many clocks here. GM, you might want to open up a store. You can make a killing.
I already am. Someone keeps breaking them. Once I find out who it is, I'll get them to stop. There's a sense after the first day of travel, an unfamiliar sense to Zevin. You haven't felt this before, but the three of you felt this in your dreams. This weight, this heaviness to you. But you're unhurt. You check your belongings. There's nothing that's particularly encumbering you. And you're on a train, so it's not like you're on your feet all day. It's most of the train travel is staying alert and not getting bored, because you don't have to worry about any of the normal travel stuff because you're on a train. So you don't have that travel fatigue nearly as much. And heck, if you got bored of sitting down, you can always get up and walk around.
Yeah.
Sometimes you guys take turns with the controls a tiny bit just to give Zevin something else to do if Zevin's particularly bored of fiddling with the controls. But I imagine she normally isn't. Well, in those rare times.
No, she pulls her devices up into the cockpit and she fiddles with them while driving, which is very wrong and illegal, and you shouldn't do that in real life. But
Yeah.
she's what, 16, 17?
Doesn't even have a train operator license, I imagine.
I was going
No.
to say, does she even have her license?
No, she never went to driver's school. She doesn't have her license. It's not exactly like people of her social class are driving trains.
Yeah.
What I learned.
Not like
What I
she
learned
had
in
a license to. Yeah, she didn't even have a license to build the train. She just built it.
She
what I
sold-
learned in
Well-
conductor school is
Built is strong.
Reverbed.
Discovered is another.
salvaged.
Stolen's
Salvaged,
another.
okay.
I got a. I
wasn't
got
gonna go
here
there.
a train fell off the back of a truck.
Yeah. Fell
So-
off the back
The
of another
truck.
train.
What's the
Fell
truck?
off the back of another train.
At the end of this time, when I feel this pressure mounting, I'd like to approach the other three who also experienced what we did and say, do you think somehow Radabara has marked us, and this is like the sense of impending doom of him coming to find us?
Does Seven feel this?
You feel the weight as well. But it's unfamiliar. You haven't felt it any time you've been in the desert or...
Yeah.
Actually, I correct
Lucius-
myself. Seven. You know your land more than I. Have you ever felt this sort of weight before? This weight of the dream sand and the
No.
Radabara?
No, she's never tangled a dream sand before.
Well, there you go.
Hmm. Does it? Yeah. Does Lucius recall feeling this?
Keenly. Like it was only yesterday.
It's almost like that conversation we had with him was a huge mistake because now he knows us, specifically us, and he wants, like, he literally said he came to greet us because he knew we were going to die, and now he's going to make sure we're going to die, or it would have, like, invalidated his word. It's like a point of order with him that what he said had to come true. That's kind of how I feel about it.
When someone looks up you from where she's sitting in like the conductor's chair, she's got her feet up on the controls. And she's like got a little device she's been tinkering with in her hands. He's like, I kind of thought it was just heat stroke. You've been having lots of water. I mean, I've been getting better. I guess it's.
Since when would we be so lucky that it's just heat stroke?
Lucius has a point this time.
It's surprisingly common out here. Hey, just because we're being like targeted by some ancient evil or whatever, doesn't mean we're immune to heat stroke.
That is true, but I mean, when this feels like it's worse than just a heat stroke to me.
Mm-hmm.
Does Lucius have any like feeling for what, like, you described it as just like a pressure? Is it like, do I feel like something's chasing us? Do I feel like something is hanging over our heads? Is it
Pressing down on me, pressing down on you. Willpower is part of it.
Damn it, I love that song. I will help because I'm also keenly interested in understanding this.
Very good.
I'll help
Is
if
it
I
an
can
open
as
roll
well.
or is there a target number?
It's open.
Okay.
well, that's 7.
Yes, that is indeed me.
It's 8.
That's an 8 now.
Still 8.
Still 8. Oh well.
I'm very good at helping people.
That's 9.
Okay. Looks like we get a 9 altogether.
Yep.
So, this feeling you feel, this weight upon you, is one you felt before, and its weight and texture, its heft, is altogether strange, altogether different. Surely if you were a certain other type of, or understander of magics, and or magitech even, perhaps this wouldn't feel so alien to you. The closest you're able to draw, since you're the main roller here, is like it's like a curse, but not by like a great spirit or anything like of that sort, or any of the gods you may believe in, but far more straightforward than that. But perhaps it is far more insidious than that, because I now offer you a exchange. If you're willing to advance the clock by 1 wedge, I will give a more detailed answer. I will treat it as if you got to the next stage in your roll.
What do you guys think?
I'm not sure we want to do that.
Yeah,
I'm too already full.
I am not taking your Faustian bargain, Game Master.
That is a feeling you sense palpably. Like you get this feeling that there's that moment where you have something on the tip of your tongue or at the edge of your mind that if you gave it another minute, you might catch it, sort of feeling. And at that edge, at that frontier of unknowing, You felt as if something called across the chasm to build a bridge for you, and you said no, for you did not want to pay the price.
Mm.
You also get the
Sort of
feeling if you didn't
got-
get at least 7, that wouldn't have happened because you would not be even close to the edge of knowing. That would just be simply being ignorant of how magic works.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, which is where Lucius was at the start of his whole journey. Oh, yeah, no.
Well, I
Oh
mean,
man, is this gonna be like a computer virus or something?
no, I mean, it's more like he literally just said a few minutes ago that it feels exactly like it did yesterday. I literally think it's Radabara bearing down on us
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because we met him in
probably.
the dream state. Yeah. It feels
Probably.
so similar to what we were under before when we were
Yeah,
trapped in the
that'd be
dream
our
state.
luck.
So we're gonna have to figure out a way to do something about it.
Mhm.
Game Master, with my mastery of chimerism, ritualism, which is understanding of the magic of beasts and whatnot, and monsters, would there be something that I could do about that? Do I think with chimerist ritualism, or something I could use with that knowledge to help me understand what's going on?
You would need to choose a target of your ritual and an effect. You have the effect, but you need a target.
Okay. Since all 4 of us are under the effect and we can all feel the pressure, I could choose us as the subjects. One of us is the subject. Is that right?
You could be valid targets of rituals, yeah.
This feels like something. If it's monster related, it's probably construct related. So I would like to draw upon my ritualist knowledge of constructs and create a ritual that will allow me to, using Lucius as the subject, I'd like to construct a ritual that will allow me to figure out exactly what sort of doom or curse we're under. Like, what's the result of this curse and how can we do something about it? Like, information gaining would be the result I'm looking for.
So you're choosing the target of the ritual as a singular person. The effect you are seeking would be more along that line. It would be a 30 mind point, difficulty level 10 ritual.
Sounds good. Then I will. Do I have the things I need to do it here if I pull them out?
Yeah, they'd be in your. You're as a chimerist, you know, you would have the things that would let you perform your chimerism.
Okay. So here's what I do. I furrow my brow, and I think on it for a moment, and I sits and I thinks, and then I get up and say, "Lucius, will you come here for a minute, please?"
Yes, Aether? What
I
is
walk
it?
over and I grab you by the hand and I lead you to a spot on the floor and say, "Have a seat here. Just relax. No, you don't need a chair. Just sit on the floor, cross your legs, whatever. Get comfortable."
Here.
And then I stand behind you and I give you a little shoulder massage and pat your back a little bit.
And Vibius
relax.
looks to open his mouth to say some smart remark, and Brinius just glares over at him. Vibius looks over and holds up his hands like, okay.
And then you hear me rustle around in my bag, and from somewhere within there, like, I will produce a little hamster and place it in your hand. So here, cuddle Mr. Tittlesworth.
Where did you...
He's just a friend of mine. Don't worry about it.
Nibbles on a sunflower. Seems rather content with life.
What is this
Mr.
creature?
It's a hamster.
It's called a hamster. They're just little rodents. They're very peaceful, gentle creatures. And I want you to take a moment and dwell on Mr. Tittlesworth's peaceful life. He has nothing to worry so long as I can provide him the comfort and food that he needs.
Nibble, nibble, nibble,
No
nibble,
dangers. Now, out in the wild, life's a different story for Mr. Tittlesworth and his kind. They are literally prey animals for virtually every other creature of their natural habitat. So, finding a master or someone willing to care for them, as I have with Mr. Tittlesworth, is literally the best outcome they can hope for because it provides them with a safe and comfortable life. Whereas out in the wild, they're under constant winnowing. If it weren't for their sheer numbers, they would be long gone. But they're very gentle, sweet creatures, excellent pets, excellent friends. And in fact, look, Mr. Tittlesworth is already growing a liking for you, and indeed, he'll be like sitting up in your palm and staring up at your face.
Insight
'Cause he
willpower,
probably-
it sounds like to me.
Yeah, sure.
Is this something that I can assist with?
You certainly could.
Maybe he's not that friendly. Maybe Lucius isn't very friendly. Anyway, go ahead.
The mind points go away. You spend your 30. Attempting.
Oh, I'd like to spend a point and try again. Like I'd like to play to one of my character traits.
Which one?
In this case, my truth-seeking trait.
Yep.
Here you go. Oh, I was putting one out for you.
Yeah, because it's unpredictable. Yeah, say no to that one.
Yeah.
I'll take this one.
Okay, great. And then let me try that again because that was just a terrible roll.
And you can assist,
Yeah,
but if you assist and it fails, then you share in the downside.
Hmm.
That's more.
There we go.
13. The mind points are spent.
Mhm.
All goes quiet except for the nibble nibble of the little hamster in your sight. Nibble nibble nibble. Ears twitch. Head kind of turns around. He stares at you. Stares at you. Stares at you. Then nibbles his sunflower some more. Nibble, 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 nibble. There's a part of you that starts to wonder if Aether's just messing with you and it's just making you look at a hamster for a long time. But Aether, you're seeing little hints from how Mr. Tittlesworth is acting. There's tiny signs that unless you're a chimerist, it's hard to catch. You don't know, a wiggle of an ear, the turn of a head, the raising of one's hackles, even just how one breathes. And then Lucius, as the target, becomes another kind of gets in tune with Mr. Tittlesworth, and then he starts exhibiting more beast-like symptoms and mannerisms. So he kind of like hunches forward a tiny bit. You can see him lifting up one hand and kind of worrying at his knuckles as if he was about to nibble at a sunflower, but finds there isn't one there, but kind of keeps a hand to his face because that's comforting. Things like that. There's a sense that there is some sort of predator looming. Lucius exhibits the signs of a creature that knows it's in a predator's domain, but doesn't know where the predator is. It's aware that it's somewhere a predator is. It knows it's in mortal danger. But if it's careful enough, if it doesn't draw its attention too much, he may be able to evade it. But having signs of a predator yourself, you can sense in chimerism that this is a prey that's already marked. Maybe not like literally marked, but like in the sense more like it's a critter that doesn't know the domain it's dwelled through. It doesn't know what it shouldn't disturb and what's safe to disturb. And that has
And you,
given a trail leading to it.
and you don't know what predator has already got your scent and knows it.
Yep.
Right? Like if something got your scent and is chasing you, and you're leading it on, you don't know you're leading it on until it bounces. Right?
The one thing that
Okay.
strikes you as odd, I'll throw out the ritual a bit more, is you get the sense that he is both intensely familiar and intensely not familiar with this predator. It almost
Do I think it's
feels.
brought up? Okay, go ahead.
It almost feels like a humanoid is hunting him, because beasts will fear humanoids the most when it comes to things, because humanoids are tool users.
Sure. Okay. If I just had one more point of help, man, I could have got 13 too. Oh well, that's fine. I still think when I'm done with the ritual, I'll pat you on the shoulder. Okay, that was great, Lucius. Perfect. That was exactly what I needed. And I look a little bit drained, and I take Mr. Tittlesworth back and say, "There, it's okay. He didn't mean to scare you any." And then it, somewhere disappears into a little habitat that I've got built in my pack. Y'all didn't even know I had. And I'll say, we're definitely being chased by a predator of some sort. You unconsciously, and all of us are unconsciously aware of the fact that we've passed through the domain of some vast, powerful predator, and that's why we feel this impending sense of doom. Something is coming to take us, whether that means to eat us or just to slay us. The result is the same. We would be dead, and we know it. We can feel it deep down. That's what this impending pressure is. There's still a chance that we could evade it, but the problem is we don't know exactly where its domain ends or if it can extend beyond it in the course of its hunt. So
Well,
that's what my magic tells me.
that's not great. So to point one, we're being hunted. Two, Aether, have you had a rat on my train this whole time?
It's not a rat. It's a hamster. Here, I'll
Looks
show
like a
you.
rat.
I'll show her There's no long tail. Look how sweet he is. Huh? Show her Mr. Tittlesworth.
Beep boop. Scan. Beep boop.
He's cute.
He's similar to a rat, but he's not a rat. He's cuter.
Well, as long as he doesn't eat through our food, we're good.
Level
I
1
feed him
beast.
out of my own rations.
Yes, thank you, Drowny.
Bite attack.
Don't worry, he's not like a combat pet. I'm never going to throw him something and tell him to go for the ice or anything.
God,
I
level
mean,
1
you
rodent.
make
No.
a bait, I guess, but I don't think you'd do that if you. How long have you had this thing?
Nibble. Squeak.
I've always had him.
Flash of red in its dark eyes. Blink. Nibble.
You mean none of you saw me playing with him before?
No.
You sit in a storage container all day.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. No, I brought him with me from the Darklands.
That explains the red eyes.
God, I'm waiting
Anyway,
for it to go. Waiting for it to go. Rabbit from Monty Python.
No. You're thinking of it. You're
Level
thinking of
20
a
beast.
Cannibal Bunny, right? No.
Now it has to get to at least level 10 before it comes a Vorpal hamster.
No. I put him away. It's just, it's like a possession. It's a pet. It's nothing important. Anyway. So what do we want to do about this? Because I think we need to do something about it. It's not going to go on at a time. One thing we could do is to run. Like if we're going to Rock Bottom, we could just continue well on into the next kingdom out of the desert, and maybe that'll get us far away. But I don't think that's a guarantee. I'm just saying it's an option we can pursue and hope maybe we can try to get far enough away from that it can't reach us.
That is an option.
But I don't even know if that would work. Like its reach could go beyond the desert. I don't know.
Well,
We could lay a trap for it. If it's coming for us, then that means we have the advantage of knowing that it's coming for us, and we can lay a trap. Prepare an ambush, perhaps.
Well then, it sounds like we have to make our choice. We have to either stay here, or continue onward to rock bottom.
Well, I know we have some time. It's not going to be on us immediately. We could do both. Why don't we go far away and prepare a trap when we think it's about to hit us? Maybe we can get it to overextend its reach, fight it when it's weaker, out of its home territory.
Perhaps.
That certainly works with many creatures.
Listen, I'm good at making cool machines and uh, making money. This is kind of out of my wheelhouse a little bit. You know what I mean?
How do you think I feel?
Hmm. Well, I mean, if we're going down to the desert, we're on its turf, right?
Right. But if we leave the desert, he's on our turf, or at least not on his own.
I think we need to figure out what we can so we can prepare, right? We should go back to
Sure.
town for at least for a bit. But if we think it's gonna hit us, we should leave and not dragging my family into this.
Sure. Another option we could pursue is maybe hire some of those mercenaries to come and help us.
Um, I mean, maybe, but at the same time, like, I don't want to drag them into something if they can't handle it, you know?
Oh, definitely true. That's also true. I was just thinking of our options. I certainly don't want to endanger anyone else. But this feels bad. This feels very bad. And it's, there's never shame in calling for help when you think you know you need help. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I should talk to my mentor or something. Just,
All right, back to town we go then.
yeah.
And then I'll finally like give Lucius a gentle scruff on the hair and help him stand up and say thank you for being so patient with me. I know that must have been very hard for you.
Wait a minute. I can be patient.
I just give a gentle little smirk as I turn away. Sure.
As you start trundling along toward rock bottom, the clock advances twice.
Oh, I thought it was only going to go once. Wow.
Yep, for each tile, I think.
Yeah.
And as you
We can only
begin
get one.
to get closer and closer to rock bottom, you see that some storm, one hopes it was a storm, has cast a significant amount of the sandglass across the path of the ley line. So much so that you are if you do nothing, you are going to collide into it and over it. Normally, ley lines flow over all terrain, but this tries to go through it. It's almost like the sandglass is trying to consume the ley line. You can actually see it being fainter and fainter as you get closer and closer to it. You're still like a few hours away from town if you stop now.
Uh,
You can
And
also
you're a
hear
drone.
a sparking and fizzing from your bags of orichalcum sand.
Ugh.
that isn't good.
Oh no. I'm going to go examine the orichalcum sand without touching it. Does it look like the impending sense of doom is literally that we have this stuff and that it's going to explode?
Insight is part of it.
I accidentally closed my character sheet. 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh,
didn't
is
mean
this?
to, but I did. Yeah, please help me, everybody. This is an important role.
Yep. And what's the role?
If you want to lead it, that's perfectly fine if somebody's got a better role. Let's
I'm an
declare our
Inchmaxer.
leader.
Insight is part of it.
Otherwise, I was leading.
Yeah, it looks like I'm helping 7 out with this. So
Yeah, okay. Well, me too. And I guess a 10 succeeds or fails. I don't remember.
Depends on the target number.
Ah,
If it's an open roll, it's
Uh,
degree of knowledge.
that becomes a 12.
I was going to say normally Lucius would be leading our rolls, but I couldn't get it out before somebody had hit the button. That's fair, though.
You feel that rare sense of coincidence, of anti-serendipity. And yet, the orichalcum sand is reacting to the sand glass that's covering the ley line. It's almost as if it were alive. That the sands... Or maybe not alive, that's strong a word. Unalive? Undead? Undead sand?
Oh,
You don't
God.
think it's
Don't
going
you,
to explode, per se. But you
Like some
do
sort of
feel
reaction?
consequences approacheth.
Hmm.
Something is watching. Something is aware of you. Aware of all of you. As you stand there on the sand.
And it's because of
we-
the sand we've got.
When did we go outside of the train? And why are we out here?
Good question. Why are you out there?
Oh boy, this is it. Maybe we should just get rid of this stuff. It ain't worth the trouble.
That seems wise.
If you think it's important, we'll dump it. It's like so much money. Oh,
I know.
At the same time, it's our lives. Yeah. Okay.
Are we all in agreement then?
Yes. If this is what it's chasing, I say, let it have it.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Although, wait a minute. Hang
What?
on. Do
What?
I get the inkling that letting this thing have it is a bad idea?
Insight is part of it. You're looking at a very high target number here. Actually, I'll make it a post.
Okay, so this is not an open roll.
Right. Yep.
Cool.
I'd like to help you on that one.
Me too.
But go ahead and make the first roll.
Yep. Hey! Come on, roll low.
I will try to assist.
So it's an 11.
For Pete's sake, every time I roll, I'm rolling
God, more. I don't know what to tell you there.
More Duncan doesn't
lower.
like
Alright,
assisting
I still
people.
not like
I work
Yeah.
alone.
That's
Oh, we
a tie.
tied.
We have to roll again.
Oh,
Can
that
I
means that this
spend a
might
Fabula
double.
instead?
Hmm?
I'd like to add my bond to the roll.
Oh, right. Just add one to the roll. Adding your
You're
bond.
not the main roller.
The main roller could do that, though. Yeah.
But can I do that?
You could do that, yeah.
Yup. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I
Which
think.
bond are you calling to with one of us? What are you
Hold on.
looking at? I want to hear this.
Well, he has to tell me too, so you might want to tell me.
Yep. I know. I'm going to push towards my bond of admiration for 7. Uh, there is an element of this that requires knowledge of like the Magitech that Lucius just does not have, and you know, he if there's one thing he admires about Seven Demeril, it's her knowledge of this Magitech alchemy stuff.
I'll take that. I'll give you that +2.
And I have to spend a Fabula, right?
Yep.
Cool. Just gonna drop that down.
Take. I am gonna spend an Ultima.
Oh no. That balance.
For I am ancient. And hard
Does
to
that
know.
balance it out again?
No, it's not a bond. For me, it's a reroll. I'm gonna reroll
Okay.
the D8.
Oh, okay.
So our number is now a 13, I believe.
Yeah, my number's now at 13.
Well, how strong's the bond? Just one?
It's just a 1.
Okay, so it's
oh,
plus
so is it just?
Wow.
It's only a
I
+1.
like you more than you like me. That's a close, yes.
Oh. Number 1
Maybe Corby will roll bad. So we have a 12 then, actually.
Yep. Well, it ties. So
No, I only see one number so far.
11 plus 2.
Only 2 dice. Oh, I see.
it's 13.
Oh.
So, actually, wait. So I fail,
God damn it.
right? Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, and I spent my Fabula, and that's about as good as I'm gonna. That's as good as I'm gonna get. Yep. Oh well.
You are dealing with, despite everyone putting their minds together, and
Oh, that's rough.
Zevin Demeril is no such. She may not have gone to the fancy academy or gone to the capital, but she's learned a lot about Magitech in her adventures and how it works in practical, versatile ways. Not the strict rules and regulations of the Sultanate. There's all kinds of ways magic expresses itself, and it all can be understood through Magitech. But whatever this is, it is ancient, but it's not ancient in the sense that it is rudimentary or primitive. It is ancient in that whatever this Magitech was is more refined and advanced than what most of Ascara ever sees. This sort of tech is this sort of technological, magitechnological expression. This sort of sand is the work of the powerful and few. So even Zevin, this is the most she's ever seen in one place. You maybe saw a grain of it in a mine somewhere, or you've more often heard of it, and elsewhere in the world doesn't run into it. That stuff does not. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think they'd let that stuff leave the Sultan if they could help it.
Yeah, I'd assume not. Although that's a 7 question.
Well, I mean, the main thing we came to that is we were all deciding together that we were going to get rid of it. Right? And you were stopping us by thinking, well, maybe that would be a terrible idea. But you failed that roll, so I believe we
I
all
have
agreed
no
to get rid of it.
idea.
You don't know if it's
Well, I
a
mean,
bad
the
idea
last
or
thing
not.
we were deciding is we think it's a.
Yep,
we think it's
that's the
We
problem.
think keeping it's the mistake because we think it's going to react with that wall of whatever that's eating the ley line. We could just take it up there and see what happens, like create the reaction, but that could also be deadly. I feel like it's safer to like move it away.
Yep.
Mm.
Let's send it out.
Okay, if we're in agreement that we're getting rid of it, I'll take care of it.
He's just gonna chuck it.
So I'm
No.
moving Andrew a little jar off the droney, and droney is going to dump it.
Yeah,
distance.
that's what I was thinking.
Okay, well, I was going to recommend like me taking it off far away and then flying back to you if I had to. I figured I could cover the most ground with the ability to fly, but Droney can do that too, sure.
So,
I'm okay with that.
Zevin, you're handing off. You're gonna try to hand off your sand, your orichalcum sand to Droney to dispose of.
Mm-hmm.
Willpower's part of it.
Yep. I mean, willpower is part of it. I created droney. Droney's legally mine.
Yeah, but the bag isn't yours. Nor is the sand.
I made you.
I am ancient. I shall not be refused by some young sand elf.
Not.
Well.
Yay.
Yeah, you
Oh
feel.
god damn it! It's in the sand. It's in the sand.
Yep.
You
The sand that
feel.
the jar that I'm dumping.
Yeah, you feel as if
I'm just dumping the jar. I'm not opening the jar. I'm just dumping the whole jar, the sand somewhere.
Okay. I'll
Sorry,
remember
Corby,
that.
you were saying something about that?
No, I'm not
apologize.
saying. I'm not saying anything important. It's okay. What were you gonna do, Aether?
Well, at this point they decided they were going to let Droney handle it, so I'll go with that. It's fine.
So you're handing your sand off to the Droney?
Yep, we'll put it all in one container and let Droney.
Cool, willpower's
fly
part of
far
it.
away. Thank you. Has to be willpower, of course. Can't be insight.
Be willpower and insight.
Well, I know. Is it open or is it a post?
It's a post.
No.
Oh yeah, I got doubles at least. Bah.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
but he rolled really good.
I will spend this time to my trait as this is going to sound a little odd. I want you to hear me out though. I still have a trait of doubt, and I fear that my doubt is holding us back. So I want to spend to that to try to release this.
I don't agree.
Okay.
If anything, I would think
Then,
that would be why you'd hang on to it rather than getting rid of it.
Fair enough. Then I'd like to call to my theme of belonging.
They want to do
I
it, so
can't
you want to
keep
do it.
this. Yeah, I can't keep this and still stay with everyone else, right? I got to get rid of it for their safety. And I'm going to re-roll both of my dice because both of those were below half.
Yeah.
Oh, not even any better. Okay,
Oh, well, the
well,
D8 rolled pretty good.
I guess y'all are going to have to like take it from me. Y'all can see that I'm trying to like give you all my sand, but I'm reticent.
It's not sure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I doubt that it's the perfect thing to do, but if y'all help me, I mean, I don't know how we're going to hit a 15. If y'all physically take it from me, I wouldn't attack you, obviously.
Do we see that Aether is having trouble, like, letting it go?
Mm-hmm.
I
Because
thought we had
there's an
all put it
obvious
all in-
pause of like Aether being super eager as Aether is. Aether is one to leap across fire before being told it's hot. She is not known for slowing down, and she's slowing down. That's not Aether-like. That's very unusual for her.
Aether?
Very unusual for you,
Me?
Aether, because you know you're acting unusual.
I'll just sort of like do that little thing where I like put my two index fingers together and look like I'm sort of pensive, you know, a little bit, feeling guilty looking. And I'm like, I gave you everything I had, but I'm giving away that I totally didn't, and y'all could search me to get the rest.
Hand it over, Aether.
You're gonna have
And
to
he
take
was
it from me.
just. Oh,
I
all
can't
right.
make myself give it to you.
Goodness sake. And he's gonna go over and he's gonna try and take it from her.
Might is part of it. Opposed. Aether, you have to roll.
Okay.
Oh God.
But I can use any 2 stats I want, right?
Might plus something.
Okay.
Hey, that's 9.
You have to roll again. The tie.
Yep. Roll off.
Stop it!
Are you stronger than the little bunny girl? I rolled bad. You got your chance.
You can roll worse. I believe in you. Go, Lucius, go. Aw.
Nice.
I'm clearly not resisting very hard.
And
I am resisting, but I'm not giving it my all.
I like to imagine that it's all 3 of us trying to pry it out of Aether's hands.
Oh, no. This is just you, friend. You're the one rolling here, weak arms.
No. Me, Vivius, and Umbrinius.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that is actually pretty funny.
Forget it. That brief moment where you all forget. That brief moment where you all forget Aether, despite looking like a cute little bunny girl, is intensely strong.
Yeah, she's wiry and powerful.
Did Lucius ever learn any of his fighting abilities that he has now from 7? Is he gonna fight her?
After you get it all from me, I cross my arms and look grumpy while you put it all together and get rid of it.
So, Lucius, you're going to try to get rid of the sand?
Grumpy.
Oh,
look.
Yeah, but I
God.
have to make the roll too, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have to make the roll, don't I?
I mean, you're the one with no.
Oh, for God's sake.
Just can't bring yourself to let go of it.
He says, all right, and now I'm going to... And he just starts looking at it.
It's your precious.
It definitely has some sort of cognitive effect. All right. Droney, get it.
Send Droney to get it from him.
Droney doesn't have will, right?
Oh.
To be safe.
So, Droney can do rolls, right? Yeah, stats. Question mark?
Right. Which also means it's vulnerable. Okay, Droney. Let's see your stats. Oh, cool. Goody. We're equal.
So, how's Droney trying to get it from Lucius?
Can Droney tase his ass? Can we tase him?
What was that? Sorry.
Can we tase him?
You could do an attack roll, yeah.
Tase him. Wow.
No, tase me.
Oh, don't tase me, bro.
What probably won't hurt as much. Okay. Going through all my magic here to figure out if I got something that won't hurt as much.
Just trying to think if there's any other, like, magic, anything we have that can just deal with this problem.
I mean, I can make it so we succeed the check. Here.
Okay, that'll do it.
GM, I'd like to pay for this.
Okay. You spend the MP cost and peer into the future.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna give you something too. Now that I think about it, because there's something I think there's something I can throw your way if you're about to do a bunch of stuff. 7. Right?
I'm already endlessly amused that we're just throwing away our Fabula points on trying to get rid of this shit.
Right.
The cursed artifact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so
We
I'm
brought
gonna wrestle it away from her. Might,
Totally.
Might is part of it, yep.
might. is
Lucius, you
part of
must
it.
roll.
Cool. Cool. I'm gonna roll might.
Hey.
And that's actually like that's an average roll.
Yay.
Was
They,
that
they, they turn into like oh,
was that Droney grabbing it or you?
me. It's me grabbing it.
You grabbing it? Okay, you take it from him.
We're wrestling. We just straight up wrestling on the ground. But both of us like slapping each other.
This time Vivius and Imbrinius are helping you pry it away from me.
It's a sub 10 roll too, so it's like if this were a normal fight, no one would be hurt. But it's it's like two children fighting over a toy. Like, give me that! No,
Yeah,
I don't wanna.
Yeah, this is the scene in the RPG that is played for laughs.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right,
Yoink.
I've got all
You
the sand. I've given it to Droney.
You try to give it
Fly,
to
my
Droney.
Droney.
Oh no.
Yeah, here
Yeah.
we go.
Saw that coming. At least your high willpower.
I got.
Willpower's part of it. Hey, if it's any consolation, you got rid of at least half the stuff.
We're trying.
I have my reroll. I'm reusing the reroll.
Very good. You saw this coming.
Oh.
I saw this coming.
Oh, that's why you did the
I-
divination. I get it now.
You still have one reroll.
Wait,
Hey, why don't you make the DM re-roll his dice since he rolled
can
well?
I see it? I can see the sand. I gotta force the DM to reroll.
You
Yeah.
could, yep.
The only issue
Oh.
is that now you're at a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably better to re-roll yours at this point.
Yeah. I don't know if I can beat a 13 with 2 6s. Unless I crit.
Oh, you're rolling 2d6?
Oh, no, I'm gonna roll D6, D10. I think I got this.
Yeah, you can do it.
Big money, no whammies. There we go. 12.
Not quite enough.
Can one of us help to push it to a +1, or
You can
Can
try,
we
yep.
help?
Because it's obvious now what's causing this. You're trying to help Zevon out.
Yeah,
yeah, I will
Yep.
definitely help.
as will I.
And it requires willpower.
Yes.
All right.
Come on. Okay,
I don't know if it
come
helps
on,
or
more
not.
Duncan. Come on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Between the efforts of Aether and Moore, you're able to convince Zevon to let Droney take it. And then Droney boop, 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 goes away and dumps the sand away.
Flies it over the horizon and dumps it behind a hill. A sand dune or whatever.
Don't worry.
Seven's gonna mark the spot on our map just in case.
One clock vanishes, one clock advances by 2.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Well,
But are we able
that's
to
one
continue
sense of
onward?
impending doom that has been, like, I don't think we're being hunted by that predator anymore. Like, that was how it had marked us.
Though it does seem like a lot more of the sand is glass sand now that you look around a bit.
Right.
In the distant northeast, there seems to be a writhing, distant storm cloud of fuchsia and green.
That does not look good.
The ley line is still obscured by sandglass.
How are we going to get into town?
Maybe we should I know I had initially voted to go to town, but like maybe we should address whatever that storm is. I think that might be causing the issues.
Indeed,
I think you're right.
we don't have
Maybe
much time.
Yeah, I propose that we make the Oasis our next target, and then proceed from there according to the ley line. Or if we have to leave the train to get to the storm and deal with it, at least we'll be closer.
Although, would...
Because I'm not sure where the ley line proceeds after the Oasis. We haven't mapped that part out.
Correct.
We're gonna have to hurry though.
Correct.
Yeah.
Zevin, what does that storm foretell?
Well, storms in the desert are never a good sign. But something with those colors? That's a very ill omen. Sometimes, if some old alchemical components are dug up, or so I've heard from the researchers, is that they can get airborne. Yeah, it's pretty dangerous. It's one of those things that Seven's never really lived through. But
Oh, hey, we're back in the train.
I presume you guys got back in the train.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. I'll go to my compartment and I check on Mr. Tillsworth.
Yeah,
So-
back towards the Oasis, I guess.
This train is built in Oscara for Oscara. I assume we have like the sand shutters and stuff, right?
That seems like a safe assumption, yeah.
Could we live through the storm in that if necessary? We can't shelter. If this is the only shelter we got, or is this like we gotta reach that Oasis first?
Well, the storm is distant. If it gets to you, you're in shelter, so you should be okay. Like that's the I would presume that such trains are built to withstand, especially Askaran trains, are built to withstand the deserts of Radabara. Which is overkill in most of the Sultanate, but on the plus side, you have trains that can weather any weather. Because the Radabaran storms are legendary. So that storm you saw in the distance, maybe you'd suffer it. But who knows until it happened.
Game Master, am I right in assuming that when you say it's in the far distant northeast, that you mean it's like over here somewhere?
Further than that.
Yeah, it's
Even
the
further.
precursor ruin.
So over here somewhere. Alright. Yeah, what do we say we hit the Oasis and judge from there?
All right then.
Back to the controls you go. You reverse your course
Going to
away
train around again.
from rock bottom.
Maybe we can get our training done at one of those camps.
7 wishes that the world would make up its mind.
Hey, I'm not the one turning the train around. Train time, choo-choo. Up. Hey, a discovery.
Oh boy.
About time.
We need one of
Is
those,
it those guys from earlier?
You actually come upon, or see ahead of you, on your first day, or third day now, I suppose, of travel, a caravan of people traveling north to south. A long supply train. It's an older form of such caravans. Trains are the modern thing. They are, since the Magitech Revolution, there is that trains and rails have been lifeline. But this far south, the rails network isn't as good, so they do it the old way. And they have, imagine your train, but on big wheels, on big, like, treads that they roll through the desert. They pull through the desert with camels.
Wagons and tanks. Wooden tanks.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe we can trade with them.
So yeah, they'd be like coming up from here.
Who knows where they're headed? Maybe,
Are
yeah,
they
maybe
heading
like,
south? I really hope they're heading south away from all this nonsense we're going in towards.
They're going south to north, sorry.
yeah, they're going north. Strange.
Yeah, so as figured, they're probably like coming from wherever this is to wherever like that is.
Right. Well, Mora, you wanted to trade. Why don't we trade with the people at the caravan if we catch up to them?
The caravan stops, like, because it's rather long and it is kind of crossing your path. Some of them start forming up and preparing for your approach. They don't attack though, because they see the familiar designs of a Scaran train car. Although they are obviously puzzled, as I imagine Seven would have been some months ago, of a train just rattling along on ley lines. Rails are a thing, so this train doesn't use rails? Oh, there's a rail there. That's okay. That's a thing. So there is a slight pause, like they're waiting to see what you do. But they don't attack, but they are wary, because they don't know who you guys are yet.
I mean, if Mora asks to stop or something, you need to trade, then Zevin will stop. But and she's staying at the controls, and she's gonna keep tapping her hand on the box. You know, just kind of the nervousness.
Well, Lady Duncan, this is your domain.
Morducken is BRB.
I think she had to.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
she
say
had
it's
to
more Duncan
BRB for all of
BRB'd.
it. Well, I mean, you can. You usually like to handle first contact conversations. Why don't you go ahead, Lucia?
I'm back now, by the way.
Oh,
Never
welcome
mind
back.
then.
I just minded.
Lucius. Yeah. So, we stumbled on a trade caravan, and we figure you'd want to take the first crack at introducing yourself to them, because this is your bailiwick.
Sure.
And we know you wanted to find people to trade with, so here they are.
I will wave my hand at them.
From within the train? Or do you get out?
I'll get out.
As you step out of the train, the long caravan train, such as it is, there's movement. Some people bring up what appear to be some sort of spyglass that they observe from a distance. You see a few magic cannons in the group, not a ton, because it's not the most common thing in the world, but it's something that people in Ascara use. A lot of bows, a Magitech caster or two.
I'm not gonna let her go alone. Her bunny maid will be walking along with her, I guess.
You start waving at them from there.
Yeah.
Willpower's part of it. It's a flat roll, not opposed. You're just convincing them you're not threatening.
Cool. One moment. Roll 20 is liking on me.
Boy, Lucius, what a time to start getting critical fails, right?
Oh, for
Why
Pete-
would you say that?
Well, at least it's not a crit fail.
True.
I am a journeying merchant. I'm going to re-roll that and spend my Fabula. Because, damn it.
Today is just not our day.
There you go.
There we go.
You recall the familiar way to look like a traveling merchant, like you make a sign with your arms to indicate, and you realize open hands aren't the right way to go. You need something shiny, like a mirror or a glass bead or something like that to catch the sunlight. So you're highlighting yourself on purpose. It's making yourself. It's highlighting you're not an illusion.
Okay.
And once they see that, they calm down, and one of them grabs up a little orb and flashes it back at you to let you know they're not an illusion. And you can wave them to you, or you can approach them. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll approach them.
I'll go along as her bodyguard.
You see a collection of elves in their various raiments. Tell me, Zevin, my understanding is that you and those of Rock Bottom are of the lower social strata of Ascara. These people are more the middle, one of the big city types. What does their attire look like? I mean, yours is looking better now because you've been traveling so much, but when we first met you, you were a lot more greasy and unkempt. But these people look like they get to enjoy Magitech and have a bit of Zenith to their name.
Fabric, nice colors, very bright colors. A little bit of jewelry as an accent. It's tastefully vibrant.
Perhaps a tiny little Magitech sphere or two hidden amongst the jewelry, like a potion sphere
Exactly.
or something like that.
Yep. 100%.
And mostly,
Jen would probably dress like this if she had fashion sense. She does not.
if anything, you're starting to I imagine you've been attracting the stylings of Choreo and Guacamole, and even the Darklands for that matter, more than Ascara.
She dresses for practicality.
Yeah.
And this is practicality and style at the same time.
Mostly sand elves, I would wager.
Yeah, good mix.
So a mix of sand elves, moon elves, sun elves.
Humans.
Human or two in there.
Yeah.
Greetings and well met, merchant.
Greetings.
And in what manner can our vaunted caravan treat you?
I'm wondering if you have anything you'd like to trade.
Oh, I have plenty to trade. It's all a matter of what you offer and what you seek. Do you seek Magitech? Do you seek fine clothing? Do you seek exotic foods? Or perhaps high-quality sandglass worked into art? And, of course, Zenith. Haha. We also have water for sale, food if you are short. And for the train you ride upon, or perhaps rent, we do also have grease and oils and spare Magitech bolt spheres to power the lights. In short, you have found a traveling merchant, much like yourself.
I am going to see if this person has any arcane weapons.
What sort of arcane weapons?
Wait,
You mean like a sword, a gun, a bow, a book? Weapon, armor, accessory?
staff, maybe?
A staff.
Since my previous staff had been damaged.
Oh yeah.
A staff. Do you know how much your staff went for?
Me?
No, like just a staff. Like you guys had staffs and staves before. I'll look at them. Staffs usually cost 100, so...
Oh, and presumably we can fill up on like inventory points and such.
Yep, at full price.
Yeah, I
I
figure.
did.
That's 10 per, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm downing a tonic and then rebuying the inventory points.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna down a healing potion and then rebuy mine. Like I don't know why I have damage right now, but and mind points actually. You know what? I should just have one of those things that you know what? I'm just gonna save my stuff because we're headed to the Oasis anyway. I'm gonna save my points. Ignore me.
I'm trying. No, I'm just kidding.
I deserve that one.
Walked right into it, face
Uh,
first.
How much you willing to spend, traveler, for a new staff? I have all kinds. Magitech is a rather rich thing that we enjoy. And looking behind them, you get the feeling that some of the stuff some of the stuff they're selling is not stuff they've built or crafted, it's stuff they've recently plundered from a dig.
I'd be looking for something imbued with magic if it's available.
Yeah, that'd be easy. There's plenty of Magitech items. But they wonder how much you're willing to spend. What's your budget? How high are you willing to go? Because they have all kinds of stuff. It's just a matter of them figuring out what would be... There's no sense offering you something you can't afford.
Yeah, I'd say up to... For Pete's sake, sorry. I'd say I'd be willing to part with up to 900s on it for the right weapon.
Then once they figure out your price, they turn to their fellow merchants and travelers and begin discussing among themselves and scribbling on their pads to each other, looking over what they have. The buying of inventory is easy enough. Any merchant will have random inventory stuff like glasses or potion bottles. And in this case, thematically, a lot of the stuff is more Magitech oriented. So instead of a potion bottle, it's a Magisphere that you smash and it casts a healing spell. Things like that, or very advanced looking tools. But mechanically, it's the same difference. It's just thematically, it's different. So some of your gear is more Ascaran themed than Choreo or Wokomal themed. which those are more the high fantasy we're used to in most adventures. But Magitech is that it looks more technological. You're seeing the Magitech renaissance in your hands.
You said dig site scavenging. I hear this. I say, and Seven's like leaning out the window. Like she wanted to stay in the train as like an encouragement for people to like not take all day, serve tea, whatever. But the idea of Magitech is interesting because Seven's thinking of that poor little robot on her table for the last 2 weeks. And she knows now is not the time. At the same time, when is the time? If not now. Is there any part that Seven needs specifically to repair that poor little Seven robot?
That would be a project. I'll get you that number in a moment.
Yeah, fine.
Right. So, oops. I had the number and I immediately forgot it. Because I'm smart. So it was 100, 200, 500, 900. But it has a... Ooh, don't blast people with your thing phone. For the price of 675 Zenit, they are willing to offer something they think would be of use to you. Oops, not 900. A ruin scavenged piercing magical staff of, or magistaff of element and construct bane. That is to say that this staff is one of... Ooh, I almost forgot something. Willpower. And it targets magical defense instead of physical defense. Damage dealt by this weapon ignores resistances. It deals 5 extra damage to constructs and elementals. Yeah. Oh, and because it is ruin scavenged, it does have the drawback that it does need a Magitech battery system that they're willing to give you the batteries along with, but essentially, if you wish to turn it on or use it, you have to use up an inventory point to put in a battery. The battery lasts for a combat until you either get a crit or a fumble, at which point you need a new battery. Because it either overshoots itself and it burns out the battery, or it fumbles and that battery happened to be low. Or the end of combat, at which point the battery drains itself because you've been fighting with it for a while, and you know that you'd have to swap them around. That's why it's actually worth 675. Like, it's It would be worth 900 if they had found a way to fix that part of the system.
Mm.
But they haven't because they've only recently taken it. They were trying to get it up to one of the cities up north, to like the major city, and maybe to the capital if they have to get it worked on by a Magitech tinkerer. But you get it at a discount because you're buying it straight from them, so, and they don't mind selling it to you now. Because it's not like there's a rule. Technically there is, I imagine. They're probably not supposed to sell ruin scavenged stuff straight to people, but meh. That doesn't look like a sultanate train. So it's not like you're going to rat them out. Especially if you buy it. Not that it'd be illegal. You're okay to own it. It's just they're not supposed to sell it.
Wine during Prohibition.
Sure. Actually, I will buy it, I think.
Okay. I believe someone's asking me about how to fix Robotan. Robo7.
Oh right, jeez, we totally forgot about that.
Seven hasn't forgotten. She's been poking at it for a while.
Alright, that's right. That project would be in the ballpark of 2,000 Zenith.
Oh my god.
You basically be getting,
that's
you
rough.
basically be building an automata that a construct that could fight alongside you permanently.
Yeah, I was gonna set her free to discover herself and live her own life, but
Oh, you want to do that? Hold on.
maybe make her an ally that, you know,
That's 4,000.
she's got her own free will. 4,000.
If you wanted to awaken, you need 4,000 to get the appropriate. Actually, you know, if you had that the Orichalcum Sand, this would have been a lot easier. But to do it the hard way with Magispheres and scavenge tech, it costs 4,000.
I don't have that kind of money.
But hey, talking it over with the merchant, they tell you, oh, you probably need this, or you probably need that. Like, you probably don't necessarily highlight what exactly you're talking about, but asking a few questions, like, if you needed to increase, if you needed to boost intelligence from a person who's asleep and comatose for years, you'd use this Magitech sphere and that Magitech sphere. Oh, you need them to be more, they're not locomotive? Oh, well, you probably need some Earth spheres, that would cost about this. Well, what if they needed, like, an exoskeleton to move around? Oh, jeez, I don't know. You'd need some brass and some steel and yada, yada, yada. Eventually, it's like, oh, wow. Yeah. It's a 4,000 Zenith job.
But the bimodal actuator with dual flow transference getting cheap. Seven's gonna thank him, but no, she does not have that kind of money right now.
Any other
She doesn't think she's
trade?
had that much money her entire life.
Any other? Well, you did, but you threw it away in the desert. Anything else you wish to trade, or seek, or sell, perhaps?
Do we have anything we need to sell? I think this is like last stop for a while.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything I need to sell.
Likewise.
Not me.
I don't.
I do have a dumb question though.
Mm-hmm.
A long time ago, I had lost the armor that I was primarily wearing, the insightful sage robes of the demon hunter, which provided immunity to dazed condition, 5 extra damage versus demons, +1 bonus defense, +2 bonus magic defense. and I was going to eventually get that replaced. How much would a replacement of something like that cost me? Maybe not exactly the same, but similar.
They have armor to sell, but the stuff that's usually found in the ruins doesn't fight demons. That's not a very common thing they fight out here. So a lot of the gear out here is for withstanding elementals, constructs,
Right.
monsters sometimes, beasts. But that's more if you're in Ascara, if they know that if you wanted to buy armor like that, you'd go to Ascara. These guys are selling ruin scavenge tech. So the upside is the downside is they are very specific in what they have. It's elemental and contract oriented, some undead oriented. But the downside of almost everything that is not basic, that everything magical, is that it's ruin scavenge. So a lot of it will require battery power if it's particularly powerful. If it's just like one extra little thing, then that's easily found. But if it's something that has a bunch of stuff, then it's probably powered by something because they haven't really refined it yet. But it makes it cheaper because of that.
Yeah, then I won't worry about it. I'll be like, well, I'll just take a look at what they said. Yep, nothing here for me. Let's go.
Yeah.
Actually, do something that might. I have something that might be worth selling. I've had this since session 2. I'm not exactly sure what they are anymore, but I got 4 technological blueprint folios taken directly from a precursor ruin.
Give me insight as part of it as you explain to them what you found, because you have to sell them on the fact on what it is. Like, this is how cool it is. You should totally buy this from me. Because if you ask them, what is this? They'll say, oh, it's 5 Zenit. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
I want to spend that Fabula.
Toward what?
I'm a mechanic. I should know my mechanics.
Oh, yes.
I'll try to help.
Certainly can.
I'll try to help.
Might want to keep that 5.
Out of D10?
Yeah, I would reroll.
I mean, it's half. It's up to you, I guess. Oh, there you go. That's still...
What's this one?
Well, that's 1 level up.
11. Probably properly explain to them what it actually is.
Sorry, folks. I'm gonna duck off tonight. I had to take some Benadryl earlier today because hives,
Oof.
and I am getting very drowsy. So
Hey, we're in the same boat. I was like that 2 weeks ago. I said I took caffeine afterwards. Don't take caffeine, please. Just go to bed. Don't be like me.
Get some rest,
Sorry.
feel better. I've been there.
see you.
See you. So Morduncan retreats to the cabin and gets some rest.
Well, I will thank them for their time trading and also retreat.
Ah. Yeah. Well, resolving this trade.
I did help first, though, so she
7,
got a +1.
10. How many did you have?
4. Each of them have a different thing. From a pristine precursor ruin, never before seen by any other eyes other than my own.
You can sell them. They're willing to buy them for about 1,600 Zenit.
Sold.
Because a lot of it is they believe you, but they aren't sure what it is. But they're taking on the risk of, well, we'll take the gamble and we'll head it up to the city and then we'll find an expert to tell us more about what these are. And then we either make a killing or, we paid 1,600 to gamble a little. Because it might be worth a lot more. They don't know yet. Neither do you, but
Yeah.
hey, at least you're rid of the darn things.
That's all. I knew those would be useful.
They were worth money. That's useful.
And we're going to need
You
that
found
if
the
you
right
want
buyer.
to do projects. Because it's not my project, then your project, or Mora's project, or
Well, my
something
project
to
is
not
actually
not
actually
break
paid
the plot.
Yeah, my project is actually fully paid for. I just need to spend the time to get it done. Like, I've gathered all the materials and spent all that money.
We may need machine to stop the world from exploding or something.
Right, that's true too. But yeah, now I just need to get 40 progress done, which is going to take a while, even if everybody helps.
And thus, the
Is
caravan
Merle-
continues on its way. And you get the feeling Moore Duncan is not used to traveling in such intense heat so much. So, for the time being, Moore Duncan's going to be spending the next little while recuperating in the train and recovering from mild heat exhaustion.
I told her about the heat stroke.
Yeah.
That's one more reason to get to the oasis and give her a bath in that beautiful water. Okay.
So, you guys carry on?
Yep.
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 Day goes by. Uneventful. Trundling along. The storm in the northeast seeming to swirl and build in strength. Slowly, but perceptibly. Perceptibly, rather. I imagine you continue.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Another day goes by. And you see a distinct lack over the days and nights you've passed so far of what wildlife that lives out here. Even those beasts and monsters that prowl the night, you see far less of them and far more of the sand glass, covering more and more of the desert with each passing day.
Oh, that's not good. That's very bad.
Maybe tossing that around Calcum was a mistake too. Damn it. It's like we can't win.
Another day goes by. Hey!
Hey!
You stop short at the desert,
Or Oasis, you mean?
at the oasis. And there, parked or docked in the middle of the large pond, is a large sailing ship. Single mast, long bow with a platinum dragon, its mouth open in a roar. Upon the ship, you see a variety of sailors who appear to be some sort of dragon folk who are with glittering scales that glitter like jewels. And looking up at the boat and just kind of, well, not at the boat. Sorry, I take that back. They're standing vigil, like they're the only person that's on the ground in the midst of the meadow. Is a single warrior who is dressed in some sort of green armor, leaning upon a halberd, its axe glittering like starlight. Their hair long and a vibrant red, and their skin incredibly pale.
Well,
And your tray just kind of starts coming up to you.
Yeah.
Or you start coming up to them, rather. And this person kind of steps off away from their halberd. They kind of make some practice swings with it, and you can hear it woof as it cuts through the air. And then just kind of messes with it a little bit before waiting for the train to stop.
Well, I'm just going to say, like, as I get out of my little compartment and we're pulling up, well, I mean, as long as we step into the Oasis, they can visit no violence upon us, right? Like the magic of the Oasis. We should probably get within the bounds of the Oasis immediately if we don't want them to challenge us.
Yeah.
We should introduce ourselves.
Certainly. I will disembark as soon as we come to a
Yep,
stop.
as shall Lucius, who will begin to approach.
I'm definitely
Hail,
looking to,
traveler.
Step into the Oasis. Can we step within the bounds of the Oasis before he's close to us? Or is it
No.
impossible?
But only because you asked.
He's coming
No.
to challenge us. Got it. Okay.
No. But you guys have like rolled into the Oasis on your train. The Oasis kind of dominates this whole area.
Yep.
Okay.
You just see it long before they get to you. Like literally, instead of walking up to him, you can just roll into the Oasis because you're moving at train speed. They unless she sprints like the wind, there's no real way of her intercepting you before you get in.
Okay.
Hail there, traveler.
She studies you, leans upon her halberd. In the eyes, you can see the faintest sparkle of violet light.
Oh no.
Lucius will also study her as she seems to be studying him.
I'm like, I think they've been infected by the star stuff that got us. She may need our help.
Hang on. Oh, we'll see.
You just could have money colored eyes.
I believe a roll is in your future.
Yup.
I believe you're right. But you did say it was at the edge of her
Yes.
eyes.
I did. No. It is perfectly. I mean, when someone does the study action on you, it is not unreasonable to study them back. It's like, hey, why are you studying me? What are you worried about? Insight.
Is this open?
Yep. Because all study rolls are open.
Definitely gonna help. Oh,
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, may not need to.
I also
Go ahead.
because I rolled a 13 or higher
Mhm.
to investigate a creature, item, or location, I get 2 free questions that I can use either now or later.
Very good. This is a rank 70 humanoid.
70?
70, they're max. Max for a non-godlike creature. This is like an adventurer could get to this level.
Yes.
Mind you, an adventurer who could probably fight a god and win.
Right. I thought 50 was the max. I didn't know you could go to 70. Damn.
Is it 50? Am I lying to you guys? I thought it was 70. I'm gonna
Yes.
I thought in the book it was 50 for player characters. Yeah.
Well, now I'm gonna double check because you have me doubting myself.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Because I remember you can only have 5 classes. Max for each of them. Level 50. That's the only reason it seemed reasonable to me that 50 was the max.
Fabula, villains. Yeah. Character creation. It's been a while since I looked, so.
Yeah.
But. Because someone nailed the number, I have to give you an accurate number, so I actually have to look it up now.
Press X to doubt.
I cast Doubt. It was super effective. Hey, Lucius, you'll appreciate this one. I didn't cast Stun Seed, at least. Are you familiar with the Stun Seed ability?
No.
Character creation toy.
Write it down and then read it backwards.
Oh. Oh.
Did I get you?
Da, 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 da.
I thought you would appreciate it.
A list of classes.
Oh, I do.
Current base. Calculate HP, MP, inventory. Initial savings. Starting Fabula. There's a place that says it. I just can't absorb where it is. And they are two very different numbers. Well, for sake of speed, because I could get bogged down in this unnecessarily. They are high level. They are maximum level for an adventurer. So they have multiple masteries in various things. Though they don't have class levels, so they're a humanoid who is max for an adventurer. There are creatures that could be higher than that, and those are usually super powerful beasts or godlike creatures. Which means that I could calculate the maximum HP MP if you like. They'd be quite high, because that is calculated by. It's related to their level plus their relevant die. They are a champion humanoid. They get 4 turns, so they place the 4 worth of a. They can basically fight a 4-person party. They get 4 turns. Put it that way.
Yep.
She's a badass with a capital BA.
Traits wise, she has. Undead Slayer, Oathkeeper, and Blood Cursed.
Oh.
I don't know about that one.
At least something about something purple. Dare I ask?
I
Oathkeeper.
guess Blood Curse is what that is.
Blood Cursed, sorry. Oathkeeper, Blood Cursed. What's the first thing I said? My brain.
Undead Slayer?
Undead Slayer.
Thank you. Can't believe I forgot that.
So she's a super paladin that has some illness.
And
We know what illness she has, dude.
there's a 4th, Astral, or of the stars.
Oh.
Hmm.
So she's like a celestial being of some kind?
That'd be a celestial. Although I suppose celestial in the literal sense would be that, but she's not celestial in the divine or holy sense.
Right.
She has a person who has traveled the void. Or has lived in the void for a very long time.
She's a sailor in the seas of the astral sea, that is. Gotcha.
Attributes wise, that's easier to calculate. She is specialized. My brain, where am I going?
Get it, Corbinian. She could snap any of us over her knee.
Hey, you made the roll.
Probably D12 strength and willpower. I would imagine D12 strength, D12 willpower.
Because once I say it, it's locked in. I can't change my mind later. Go, it's like, no. You now know the number. That's locked in.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to
You're
call
saying
it
she's
out.
specialized, then yeah.
You can just say Cavillion.
No, even god characters have still obey the same rules you do. They have to use, unless it's an artifact, it still has stats. So it still has like D12 or D8 or whatever, what have you.
D6, D8, D10, D12, right. If she was specialized and she started with 2D6s and 2D10s, and then leveling up would have gotten her two more bumps there.
D12, D8, D6, D6. Her D12 is in Will. Her D8 is in Insight. And the D6s are in Dex and Might. Which is actually not that strong. Like physically. She's mentally strong.
Obviously wearing heavy armor.
It looks like it, but it's strange. It's this green-looking armor. It doesn't look like metal. It looks like a beast's hide or shell.
Cool.
What else do you know? See, this is what happens when you get high rolls. I actually have to give you, like, real answers. You can't be like, you know, you'll figure it out. Affinities-wise, she is resistant to physical.
And I'm back. Okay. Cool.
Resistant to
Is
physical.
that everything?
No, I'm still going, man.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm sorry. I rolled a 17.
Resistance to physical. Resistance to dark. And resistance to earth. No vulnerabilities.
Cool.
High defense, high magic defense, but the base defense without me adding skills and stuff into it would be 6 and 6. So a lot of that's coming from skill, experience, items, things like that. She physically, but without her stuff, is actually just a person. She's just a human.
Aha.
Just a high level one.
Yeah, she has like armor of the like.
She's not unhittable.
It might be
She's just, just very high.
Yeah, she's got armor of the go away.
She has 2 basic attacks. One is her halberd. The other seems to be some sort of bow that you barely see that's on her back. It almost looks like it's made of starlight. That's why your eyes almost went right by it. But you're being very careful how you're studying her, so you catch it as an illusion at her back. So she has a magical bow, a magical longbow. And she has a halberd that hits way harder than a normal halberd. It would be as if you're being hit by a halberd twice, essentially.
Oh.
It also seems to be incredibly heavy. That's its drawback, is that it's intensely heavy. Even for her, it's actually very heavy. There's a reason she's wearing very little in to the point that her inventory would be, if it's something she would track as a hero, her inventory would be reduced. Because this thing eats up that much weight.
Wild.
Spells wise, she has spells that help her deal extra damage to the undead. Healing spells and buff spells, things that would help increase someone's regular defense or magic defense, or shell spells to give people resistance to physical things like that.
Got it. Got it. She's a
Basic
level
paladin.
20 paladin.
Yep, paladin. But that blood curse, man, we know what that is.
Possibly.
You keep saying possibly, but we recognize the signs.
You have your
I
questions
might
if you wish to ask them.
I was gonna say, is that everything?
That is
You do
fine.
have your
Everything.
two
That's why I didn't want to leave anything out, because I'm like, I might answer your question by accident. I was like, let me cover everything real quick.
Right. So to ask that first question, do I recognize the sickness as the star sickness?
It is not star sickness.
Okay. Something else entirely. And the other question is, although the astral part kind of half answers it for me, do I recognize the make of this boat, the presumably a similar insignia on the armor, as being from anywhere within the Countless Realms?
I'll give that back to you. The answer would always be yes. The Countless Realms are countless. They could be anything.
Okay. Sorry. Let me rephrase. Would any of that be familiar to any of the nations that Lucius knows about? Or is this something from beyond what Lucius knows of?
Yeah, beyond the local realms that we're aware of.
Okay. The max level is 50. I looked it up finally. I could have sworn it was 70. I don't know why.
Well, just so you know, Corby, the only reason that stuck in my head was because I vaguely recalled that PCs are limited to 5 total classes, 10 levels in each, 5 mastered, and you're done. That's why I thought 50 was the max.
You can always just keep it going.
Yeah, but thank you for looking it up.
It's your game. You're in charge.
Yeah, keeping it going would totally be something the rules could allow. Yeah. Like it could be a homebrew thing.
So the boat looks to be in the style of the... Actually, I roll it back. That boat looks like a refurbished version of or retrofitted version of one of your Coriastellum triremes. Except they still have like you see the slits on the side for where you put the oars out to row, but the sail has been changed, so it's more modern. So it catches it in a more Tyrgen Sigith fashion. So you don't need the oars, but they're still there because the hull already has them.
Bigger question: what's it doing in an oasis with no water connected to it?
Yeah, that's the obvious curiosity. Is like, how did it? You would have to carry it from the nearest ocean. Like, this is meant to be traveling large bodies of water, not like an oasis.
You can put a full kayak in a kiddie pond.
Aether is already considering that it sailed the astral sea, which means to us it looked like it just appeared here. Like it sailed out of the astral ocean and right into the oasis.
Yeah, my guess is that it's a thing like the tower.
Right.
But it can only travel to bodies of water.
Probably.
Yeah, no, the closest thing it'd be, it's a marriage of Coriastellum and Tyrgen Sigith styles of boats. But it's plain, but that's, for a fact that's not a thing. Like, that's, you guys trade with each other. Boats ain't it. Tyrgen Sigith, frankly, not that you'd probably admit this, they make better boats than you do. They're a maritime nation. You guys are a land nation mostly. Only your most recent conquests have been ocean-based, and that was the jungle of the south. And even that's barely held. That's a recent acquisition.
Yep. Uh-huh.
So everybody's just staring each other down and trying to figure each other out.
Yeah, the only reason...
Say, hi!
Yeah.
She studies you for a moment.
I grin at her.
For a brief moment, You feel like she's going to reach out and snap your neck. But she doesn't make any move to do so.
Even in the oasis, where there's a deep, abiding sense of peace
Yes.
and safety?
Yes.
Wow. That's some hostility. I can sense it through all that.
Like, instinctively, you kind of move a little bit out of her arm's reach so you're not literally in danger, and then it's like, wait a minute, she can't attack me here. the
Right,
place won't allow her to.
Well, I mean, maybe she really can, is what I'm getting from that. Like,
Probably, yeah.
the sense of danger from her is so strong that I'm like, maybe she could if she really wanted to. But I would say that Aether is just combination of fearless and stupid enough to actually not care. And I'll move a little closer to and hold out my hand. Like, just a little combination of a little bit dull-witted and a little bit foolhardy. But I will actually walk up and hold up my hand to shake her hand. I'm Aether. Really trying to win her over. Disarming personality, if you will.
I am Annette of the Astral Z, and I come from afar to this place in peace. You are, call yourself Aether, yes?
That is correct.
Her hands don't leave the halberd. One kind of rests. Actually, after a minute of you can't standing there not looking hostile at all. One hand kind of rests at her hip, but she's still kind of leaning against the halberd. You get the feeling the halberd is so heavy that it's kind of planted itself there. So literally, she could lean her whole weight; it'd probably hold her.
Okay. Well, I will say, welcome to our part of the Countless Realms, Annette. I hope you find our local area hospitable while you are here. Are you and your mates here on some business? Yeah. Well, sorry, Lucius. If you had something to say, go ahead. I'll step back out of the way now.
Although I'm not personally from here. I am Lucius.
You are Lucius. Greetings and well met to you.
And likewise.
I must pry upon you on the your entourage that is behind you. What profession do they trust upon you?
We are traveling adventurers.
I think she means us, says Vibius.
Oh. These are my assistants, Umbrinius and Vibius.
Here, let me help Lucius. I'll lean in a little closer and say, they're his closest friends. And I give her a wink.
No!
And
Not again!
Seven does not look happy about that.
You are a person of some regard to engender their loyalty.
I am the last pilgrim of Mount Novio.
It speaks well of you to have that star of hope in you to guide them in otherwise troubling times. I pray upon you, and to those you pray to, that your Mount Novio is able to guide you and protect you in all your steps.
Yes. So what of you? What brings you to this quiet little oasis in the most turbulent of deserts?
This I do not mind answering. However, I would have to pry for the safety of my ship and its crew. Of who is the master of your war wagon? And she gestures with her hand to the train.
Seven, come out and say hello.
Stephanie has just been like looking from like the conductor's seat. She's gonna. Well, she's been spotted. She crumbles. She gets out of the train.
Seven's getting out. I'm going to ask, do you mind if I go and get a sip of water? We have a sick companion aboard our vessel. I'd like to get her a drink.
I do not
As we
mind.
await.
Just do not attempt to board the ship, or I shall be forced to baff you over the head with my albert.
I would never seek to board your vessel without your permission, ma'am. And I will creep past her, not to the ship, but to the edge of the water.
Yeah. You'd have to like go out into the
Don't
water a
stand
little bit to
there.
get to the ship anyway.
Right. But
It
the
is
idea is that
what-
I get a little water and bring it back to More Duncan just so that she looks and feels better.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing for a little while.
It is quite an incredible vessel. I assume it sails the astral seas.
May we? Yes. It is. He looks behind her. The word escapes me. It is a vessel that sails the astral sea. Is the closest correct answer in your language. I do not know the word in your language.
I can't believe this. We had Holy Roman Empire, Rome, Ottoman Empire, and the most powerful person we've met across all of them is freaking French. I hate this.
This
This
is not a surrendering way.
This is hell. I see. So
Oui.
have you been around here before? Or is this your first time touching down in our little patch?
This is the first time that we have come to this particular desert, but we have been to this you say realm of the countless? Yes? No?
Yes.
Realm
Countless
of the
realms.
Countless realms. Oui. Countless realms. Countless realms. Countless realms. Okay.
So, what brings you to these countless realms?
Are you mocking my accent?
No, of course not.
You are. It is fine. You your accent sounds very It sounds unique. Yes.
Pretentious.
Uh,
Insist.
what was your question again? Good pilgrim.
What brings you to these deserts?
I had a sense that there was a maladaptation of the spheres of conjunction that interfaced with the fabric of the weave in such a manner that it caused a reverberation, and I apologize. I am used to speaking with people on the ship. Something strange was here, and I have come to investigate it. The details are I don't know if you particularly need to know that, but yeah.
Well, I believe we may already know some of those details,
Oh, oui.
as these reverberations you're talking about. I believe they may have something to do with, well, the current goings on in this part of the world.
Huh? I see, I see. What do you know in particular? What the catalyst, the critical point is?
Best we can tell, it is a storm that is brewing to the north. And can we actually see it from here?
Oh yeah.
And he just points.
Ah, so that is not a natural occurrence.
No. There are individuals with varying motivations that want access to something in the ruins here of an ancient and powerful people.
Fascinating. And I am to tell from your number that you are a band of adventurers out to set right that which is wrong. To how you say to express your fabula unto the Ultima of your destruction.
You're the second person.
Very specific word usage. Yeah.
Heard that before. The Fabula and the Ultima.
It is I use different words in where I come from, but that's my understanding is
Where I come from, we call it the determination.
you do?
Haha. No, just out of character joke.
Okay. It is a manner in which you some feel the goal to perform the fabulous and to withstand the trials and tribulations that challenge them against the ultimate threats that would overturn the otherwise peaceful ways, and a clash of these things are what decide your the fabric, the face of your countless realms. Or so I am. I have been informed. I am not what you call a lore master. I spoke with one month ago, 10 days ago.
He crosses his arms.
Did she use the term 10-day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she's
I'll
not sure if your
definitely be coming
months
back
are
to-
30 days or not. She's
Yes.
like, 10 days.
You would, you wouldn't. This lore master you spoke with, she wouldn't happen to go by the name Jessica, would she?
Ah, oui, yes. Lady, Dame Jessica.
Tom.
The Dame Jessica of the Wakamo. A Dark Knight, I believe is the term.
I'll be hopping back, and I'm like, oh, we know her. She's wonderful. She's just the best, isn't she?
Yeah, Lucius just looks to Aether and says, and Seven, and says, "You know, for the countless realms, it's pretty small."
Destined critical points tend to coalesce into a larger mass interaction that decides the any given realm's future. Or so I have experienced. That tends to be the case when Ultima and Fabula build in large enough quantity. They tend to coalesce rather than dissipate.
Well, and as far as lore masters go, I am something of a peer of hers.
I gathered from your lack of a surprise at my appearance. Most people get rather not to be arrogant, but they appear starstruck, and with my otherworldliness. But you seem to be rather calm. So either you are extremely seasoned, or you are extremely knowledgeable, or a bit of both.
I'm going to point up at her. I'm going to point up at her halberd and say, "Starstruck. I get it."
Oh, oui, yes, that is his name. Yes, oui. It didn't even occur to me. As the joke was totally completely lost on her, she did not mean to say that.
Wild.
She's so
Anyhow.
serious. Okay.
Anyhow, we are looking into this matter, but time is growing short, and we are racing against the clock, as it were.
Lucius, do you think we should tell her everything we know, that maybe we can work together? It sounds like we're working on the same problem.
Indeed, especially if Dom Jessica is involved.
You may give insight as part of it, if you wish to tell her, because you kind of have to explain to her a lot of stuff because she's not from here.
Yeah,
so it's a lot of no, it's not like this. It's this. It's like this, but that. So she has a good idea of what kind of threats you deal with them.
Open roll?
I'm double checking. I think it's a closed roll when you're attacking a clock. I have to triple check, so I'm not cheating you. Venting a clock. Mm-hmm. It's closed, yeah. Okay, so I have to figure out what the difficulty is, which I know what it is, yeah. So it's a closed roll.
Closed roll? Cool.
I will definitely be helping.
Oh, no!
And you're out of points, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm out of points. I got nothing.
Let me lead. I had a point. Damn.
You do your best to explain it to her. You just run into a wall of just. There's a lot of words she doesn't know. You learn very quickly that it seems to be that most of her knowledge of the countless realms comes out of Dom Jessica. And she's very inexperienced with how you're she thinks magic works a certain way, and it doesn't work that way here. So there's a lot of gaps. You'd have to spend a long time sitting with her, almost a camp action, just to sit there and drill with her. However, you get the feeling after speaking with her that, and especially after that study, at least one wedge of this clock's going to be wound down, because even stumbling around, it's a level 50 humanoid champion running around with a bunch of star sailors. She's gonna mess up the bad guys' plans, at least locally.
In which case, would I consider this? But I didn't successfully perform a check.
No, this is more of a succeed at cost thing. It's succeeding.
God dang it!
Because minimum, she was gonna do at least one.
Dang it!
Well, I'd like to propose something that's unrelated to his attempt to tell her about our situation effectively, and instead, after he's done doing all that, I can aid her in a different way by showing her my map of the Countless Realms. I have a literal magic item, the incomplete map of the Countless Realms, that she can consult to help her get her bearings on. Would that be a separate aid check of some kind?
No, you'd be aiding the role of let's help this traveler know what the problem is.
Yeah, and I just rolled too poorly.
Yeah.
You explained
the problem was you jumped ahead before checking if someone else wanted to lead, because you always want to lead these, especially if they're insight.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Well, I'll show it anyway. So let me give the help roll. I mean, maybe if we get 2 people to help, we can hit a 7 and get a
Yeah.
minor
Oh,
success.
yeah. 7.
So I'll do that.
Yeah, sure.
What do I have to roll?
Insight is part of it.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of
not
trying to
a-
translate it for her benefit.
Yeah.
Nope.
We're not
Nope,
gonna
we
make
can't
it.
hit 7.
Can't do it.
6, yeah.
Don't have enough. Goddamn. Okay. Well, I did the best I could, but too big of a language gap.
Wait, can't you spend... I forget, can't you spend your Fabula to give a +2? Or is that...
You have to be the main roller.
I have
Yeah,
to be
I'm
the main
not.
roller.
I'm not the main roller. Only you can. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Cool.
Aether could give a +2 to their roll to give an assist, but you're putting you'd be putting at most a 6 to a 7, and this isn't an open roll, so you'd have to hope that 7 was the minimum number, whereas your average roll is a 10.
Yeah.
Mm.
We don't.
7
we don't
is
know
usually
what the
something really
difficulty
easy.
It is. So yeah. I'd say it's not worth spending.
Yeah,
Like we
okay.
didn't get enough out of it.
It was worth a shot.
Sure. We did the best we could, but there's too big of a language barrier. Somewhere along the way, I'm going to ask if one of her crewmen might speak one of the local languages better. Maybe we can get a translation thing going. But
I'll
it
give
seems
you
like-
fair warning, Aether. When you fail a roll, you
Mhm.
fail a roll.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
We tried everything. we could.
That sucks. This would have been the first time in a long while I would have been able to use my persuasive.
Yeah. Sorry, man. Oh well. Well, I'd like to also casually mention 7. If you have mind or health damage, you can drink from the water and get fully healed. Eat the fruit, drink the water
Let me check.
while we're here.
I can restore my MP if that's okay.
You can
Go-
restore
go-
both
going
health
to the
and
water is easy because you don't have to spend if you're at the oasis because it's free water. You just walk up and drink the water.
And while I know more is not going to be available to play with, I can assume that getting her some of that water will at least make sure that she doesn't stay sick for long. She's just resting peacefully now, I assume.
Yeah, she'll be at full HP and MP, which I believe she already was anyway. But it's
Sure.
a good thing. You didn't know that for sure, so it's good to have done that just in case she was down.
Yeah, she's relaxing in the air-conditioned train.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've done all we can do with her and her crew. Do we want to stay one night here before we go back out on the road? I feel like we could spend time doing things like working on our projects and setting our next camp actions and stuff like that if we want, unless we're happy with what we've got and just want to go.
Yeah, the issue is the time. We have so little time.
I know.
Always
But we
running
kinda
out of
came here to
time.
get our bearings, right? That's sort of why we came here, was to get our bearings and figure out what we want to do from here. What do we want to do from here?
I feel like we shouldn't move on like out of character. We shouldn't probably move on the plot without more. So yeah, maybe we can. Maybe once Morris player is back, we can, think on it together and then decide if we want to take a break, like a rest. I mean,
That feels right to me too. That seems like a good idea. Okay.
Because we're going up against some big challenges in the future, and I think that we should all be on board with everything, with a decision like this critical, considering that we're up against the wire here a little bit.
Yep, I agree. That's a great point.
It sounds weird. We're gonna take a break before we take a break, but this just sounds like me writing a university assignment. Sorry.
Well, I can do something really off the wall and introduce Annette of the Astra Z to Mr. Tittlesworth.
Yes, away, creature.
Oh,
Yeah,
it is
I'll
a
take
giant space hamster.
I'll be like, I'll just furrow my brow and say, giant? No? And he's not from space. He's from right here on the ground in the Darklands where I'm from.
Oh,
Go for the eyes, boo.
sorry,
Hey, I brought that one on
it is
myself.
always hard to tell with them. The red eyes.
I'm like,
I thought it was a space hamster.
They're giant space hamsters?
Yes, the smaller ones are about eyeball or two smaller.
Okay. I look a little concerned, and then I pet my little hamster. Say, well, maybe in the future we can get you a boyfriend or something.
Squeak.
Carry him away. Carry her away. Whatever.
As you puzzle about where they got the other sunflower seed. Hey, they're stealing your sunflower seeds. You're supposed to stop stealing. Nibble, 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 nibble.
Bless.
That's fine. That's why I have sunflower seeds, technically.
Yeah. Sometimes you give it to them, and sometimes like, go ahead, steal them. That's why I have so many.
Yep.
The little
I
guy
can also
the only.
picture that-
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's probably why their tummy's only so big. So I was like, go ahead, eat sunflower seeds. You can only eat so many anyway, even if you steal them.
Right. I was actually going to offer that I can picture that occasionally Aether will do that thing like from Ace Ventura Pet Detective, where she'll fill a complete ashtray-sized little thing full of the hulls, and wait until we have a good moment to where we can throw them out. Because while we're in the desert, we can't just like open the window and throw them out anywhere, right? So they have to be collected in a little trash container somewhere.
Mm. Enzo, what are you thinking for your journey? I mean, from what you explained to me, and I apologize, my understanding of your language is very poor. But I promise, I swear to you, that I will seek out, if nothing else, the undead air that lingers in the sand, and try to slay wherever it may be. But what of you? I imagine you and your war wagon. Sorry, you called it
Train. It's a train.
Train.
Yeah. Yes.
Train. Okay.
French for train. I have no idea.
So you're gonna take your train on the ley line, and you're going east from here? And
Quite.
then...
We're still trying to work that out. We know of a few locations that may be of interest. We could go straight to where the trouble is, and attempt to tackle it head on, but we know of other locations that may be of interest, but we don't know if going to those other locations will slow down what is happening there, or if we're just wasting time.
What you explained to me, it sounded like you had this overlay of the cities in the dark, you called them?
Yes.
Well, they weren't really cities; they were civilizations.
The
The cities were representations of ancient civilizations.
Cities. Yes.
Civilizations.
Aether.
Cities were what we perceived them
Aether.
as. Yes.
Simple terminology.
I'm trying to be clear though. Clarity.
And this is why she's been confused this whole time. These arguments
sure.
have probably popped up a lot of like, well, say this, well, not that, but we should say this, we should use this word. So she's been like, I don't know which word it is, so I'm just gonna nod politely.
Cities.
These places, these settlements, these places, they are They sound like places of power. If you believe you are running out of time, and the threat is upon you, then it may behoove you to attack with alacrity and strike deeply. But there is the possibility that these are, I would suppose, you would know more than I. The like the in the Darklands, you called you find artifacts. Those things in those dungeon, yes.
Yes.
So it may be that you find that these places mirror that here. Maybe I do not think they are like they are the one and the same. I don't think, from what you explained to me. I'm not sure. The Magi tech does not. It is I do not quite understand it. But maybe it is the same. Maybe you will find, if nothing else, you will find items of power or knowledge of power that will allow you to take on the greater threat. If not directly with the greatest amount of power, but with the greatest understanding. And through understanding, we find enlightenment. Through enlightenment, we find the light, and through the light, we find justice. So, but sometimes justice is found by the straightest line possible. So
Yeah, choices.
Maybe.
She's not wrong. Maybe we could find something useful within one of these ruins.
Right. I think, and Lucius is like considering, looking at the map. If this line doesn't branch off here,
yeah, well, we may be confined to wherever the train can go anyway.
Yeah, well, it's more I'm thinking, if the line doesn't split off here, but splits off somewhere like here or here, it will be a longer trip to get to this settlement than it will be to get to this settlement.
Right.
And if we're running up against the clock, this settlement is a straight shot.
Right. But yeah, when you get right down to it, though, we're really slaves to the ley line right now because we don't have any tracks. Are there any tracks in the desert that we can follow?
You see one going west, one going east.
Yep.
Oh, I don't mean ley line. I mean actual train tracks.
Zevin, I would presume, you can correct me on this. I would presume that that there would be a train line going like that to the main ruin. Further.
Oh, I see it.
Like maybe with a wiggle or two, but yes.
But where we're at now, we're basically slaves to the ley line.
Because I imagine the main rail line is for the big dig, and then maybe a split off to these other ones that are closest.
Yeah.
Maybe one to here, but like it's the main line is to get to the big nice juicy target and whatever's already underneath Alcazar. I imagine most of the rail line is for connecting the Sultanate together rather than but the rail is getting to the most valuable dig
stuff. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So really, we're only going to be able to tell when we head out either today or tomorrow and see where this line goes.
Yeah, we're just going to have to head east and hope it takes us where we're going at this point. And hope that somewhere along the way, like maybe there's a train line that connects these two together if we're lucky.
I mean, like the Radabarans probably use the ley lines too, right? Wouldn't unless the ley lines have shifted, they should still I'm not even sure if ley lines shift out of character.
I'm not sure if ley lines normally do shift. That would probably be pretty rare. I don't know.
Although, if anyone could shift ley lines, it would be this ancient culture. But
Sure.
I will ask Zevin Demerol insight roll to see, because you would know the most about ley lines for train travel, because you're the one that's you're the
Here
one
we
that
go
uses it
again.
most.
10.
Okay. They don't shift naturally, but they can be shifted through geomancy.
well, yeah, that's what we found in Coriostellum. That was like the point of that whole tower thing. Remember?
Right.
They were trying to
right.
like make an artificial ley line that.
Ooh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. I forgot.
Like it was a whole thing.
Oops, my bad. I missed one.
So
Okay.
yeah, I'm willing to bet that like shifting ley lines around is absolutely something that was in the like within the power of this ancient civilization,
The civilization Radabara, right.
or just all of them.
Who knows? That was a long time
Yeah.
ago.
Oh
Okay.
man, that'd be cool if they could do a thing where like they'd shift the ley lines around to like make the pathways between the cities. That'd be cool.
Well, we already know settlements usually grow along the ley lines anyway, because the ley lines are where all the life energy is.
Yep. Oh no, but I
Alright.
mean like if Radabara wanted, like they could take this line and just shunk it down to here to just make a direct line
right.
here.
No, I
Or
get it.
Like a
shunk
river.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like changing the course of a river, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we have an idea of
wild.
what we're going to do then. We know we're going to head east and
Yeah.
prospectively end up here at this one unless it branches. Like, we don't know where the ley line goes from here, but I suppose all we can do is find out. So I guess we at least have a plan.
Tentative.
In
Yep.
progress.
Working on it.
7% of a plan.
7% of a plan.
Nah.
That's why I said 7. But
Right.
yeah,
Womp,
that's why I said
womp.
7.
Yes.
You read my mind.
Womp womp.
That was good. Okay.
7
Well, at
was
least we
born
have-
because she was the 7th child.
Yeah. I didn't realize that was why she was named. That's cool.
I just made that up right now.
Well, I like it. It's even funnier since it's misspelled from the numeral.
Cool.
You also mentioned a sorceress, eye sorceress, Morwenna.
Dark sorceress.
Dark sorceress.
I've got things to say about her. Since she studied me, I'll just go ahead and give you. She knows that I mistrust and hate the sorceress.
Yeah.
I have two bonds towards Morwenna.
So so you explained that she is some sort of magical tyrant of the Darklands. Yeah.
Major threat. She's been alive for a very long time.
Not just the Darklands anymore.
She's a threat
she's
to the
been-
entire Countless Realms.
Quite.
Okay.
She's been spinning her manipulations just about everywhere, attempting to acquire items of great power. When she failed in my home of Coriostellum, she came out here.
It is interesting that she is my confusion, and this is why I'm. It seems you are unsure as well. But it is. I do not know if she knows Magitech at all. You tried to explain it to me, but it is alien. It is. But maybe she knows. Maybe she is already there, and she is the cause of that. Or perhaps she went to this Alcazar and is seeking a expert. Actually.
Ally of some sort.
She's already shown her skill at manipulating people in positions of authority to acquire what she wants.
I would assume any power that she herself does not already possess or know, that she is skilled at getting someone who does have that knowledge and power to work for her, whether they want to or not.
That's what she did in Coriostellum.
Yep.
Well, I think I'll avoid her for now. Because I worry that if I intervene too soon, I will inadvertently cause her to teleport somewhere else or use some artifact or another to make things worse than they are. I get the feeling that announcing myself is probably not the wisest of actions. I might stay to the desert for now and deal with things here. But I tell you though, if I see her, I will do my best to strike her down. But you know, I do not want to be the Orin interloper who comes in and messes up your plans.
Advice.
Oui, yes.
You see that funny storm out in the distance?
Oui, yes.
Yeah, that one, and that will melt your face off. So maybe don't go near that either.
Oh dear.
You're fond of your face, aren't you?
Mostly. He smirks a tiny bit.
Yeah. You want to keep your face, don't you? Like on your head?
I'm more worried about the faces of others and their heads. But I get what you mean. I understand. Yeah, I'll avoid going there. If you have besides your your train may be safer to go in there. We do not have the nice little shutters that yours has. Ours is an astral boat. It is gestures. It is very open. So there's no at some point we'd have to get out.
How does that work?
I could not honestly tell you. She shrugs. The captain, he says that he follows his art and the breath of the Astral Z, and away it goes. She shakes her head. I have no idea otherwise. It looks like a boat, but it flies like your airships, but without air.
Oh,
That's
I
awesome.
see.
That's amazing.
I feel like we're catching a glimpse of like a main character from a previous game.
Yeah, this is like the part of the RPG where you're like getting the guest star of like someone like Cloud Strife.
This is the secret Sephiroth boss fight in Kingdom Hearts.
I mean, hey, if you beat her, I mean, you'll level, sure, go for it.
I don't think we'll beat her. Sounds like we could beat her. But yeah, I kind of get the feeling she's the celebrity guest.
Well, she's a discovery. I was trying to think. I was like, who the hell are you gonna meet out here? I'm like, oh, I know who you can meet out here.
That's great.
Wild. Cool.
Okay.
Eventually, sorry, she'll return to her boat. You'll return to your train, because you'll have a bit of time to rest and think about your encounter. When we next return, we'll end there. But when we next return, I will say that the boat will still be there. So you'll be able to loop in more Duncan about the encounter a bit. And we'll take it from there. I'll also say that because you encountered someone who is going to help you, who is actively going to help you, maybe not with your party, they're going to go on their own little thing and they have their own goal that they're after.
Right.
You can do a camp action here without risk of the clock advancing, because you know that even while you're resting, if you she'll leave after when your rest starts. Somewhere during that, she's eventually going to leave because she's not staying. She's in the middle of her rest action basically. Then when she encounters you, So it's like, oh, okay, well, mine's gonna finish before yours does, so I'll take off, and that means that while you're resting, something's already fighting. Something actively pushed the clock back just by beating up monsters for a while, which helps because the bad guy doesn't know who the hell this is. So yeah, have a think on that.
Okay.
Cool.
That was a fun game. I enjoyed it. Another banger.
And next time we'll see where you guys go, and figure out if you go the direct route or the more roundabout route, or just flee the scene. Who knows? You could always just leave the train behind. That's not going to happen. I know.
Just hit the bricks.
For all of you watching out there, thank you very much for watching. For those of you playing, thank you very much for playing, and we'll see you all again next time. Bye.
Next episode, we hit the bricks.
Bye, everybody.
Well, sand, I guess. There's no bricks out here.
Well, you know,
Gosh.
if you make no, you need clay for brick. Never mind.
Well,
Minecraft strats don't work out here.
Well, we did get a few points out of this because I think you spent 2 Ultima.
Yep. So you
We
got
spent
some.
more than that. We spent a lot more than 2, I think.
You spent
Well,
Fabula.
no.
I spent Ultima.
I mean, we do have some
Yeah.
Minecraft. 7 did used to work play around the mines, so the children do in fact yearn for the mines.
God. Yeah, that'll be 1 experience from the Fabula we spent, and then 2 from the Ultima that Corby spent. So that's 3 on top of.
On top of the 5.
Yep.
Is that
That'll
right,
bring
Corby?
us.
You get 8 XP, is that right?